Welcome to beautiful Antigua, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Helena Beard and I'm bringing you this Travelmole video from the beautiful island of Antigua. I'm joined by the Minister of Tourism for Antigua and Barbuda, Minister Charles Fernandez. Hello, nice
Hello.
to meet you.
Pleasure.
And the Chief Executive Officer of the Antigua and Barbuda Tourism Authority, Mr. Colin James. Hello, Mr. James.
Hi,
Thank you very much for joining me.
Thank you.
So, Minister, yesterday you opened Showcase here in Antigua and Barbuda with the launch of your Vision 32. Could you tell us a bit more about the reasons for your creation of Vision and some of the key points within it, please?
Okay. In Antigua, we like to say that the tourism is everybody's business. And for that really to be everybody's business, you have to give everybody an opportunity to say what they think or where they think tourism should be. And we figured a 10-year plan would be good, because beyond that, you're probably going to have other things that are coming. For example, maybe driverless cars.
Yeah.
So the whole thing will have to be repositioned in terms of taxi operators and so on. So we figured 10 years would be good. In addition to that, we figured that, especially seeing as how you had the pandemic hit everything and throw everything out of whack, that it would be an opportunity for us to reboot, get an input from every person, whether it's a union representative, a student, the health officials, the taxi operators, everybody who is a stakeholder, the hotel operators, everybody had an opportunity, the vendors, to get in and to say what they think would be best for Antigua and Barbuda in terms of having a tourism product that we all can say we're part of within 10 years. So that was the whole purpose behind it. What has come out of it is that, one, the most important thing is that tourism should be for everyone. Mm-hmm. So whatever we can do to ensure that more of our people benefit directly from tourism, as it stands now, less than 30 cents per dollar actually goes into the economy. And what we need to do is to increase that as much as possible. And one of the key ways to increase that is to have more of our people benefiting from the tourists as they come in, whether it's through a taxi operator, whether it's through a tour operator. Those are the kind of things we need to expand and work on to benefit more directly from. So that is the first thing. The other thing is that came out of it, it has to be sustainable. I mean, these are things that we may have thought about, but to hear our stakeholders say that this is something that needs to be done, it means that, yes, they recognize it. So we have to ensure the sustainability of it. We can't cut corners, because we want by the third, fourth, fifth generation, they will have what we have in now to market. They will have that to enjoy apart from marketing for them and their kids. So that was the second aspect of it. The third aspect of it is to see how we can get buy-in from as many of our people as possible, which means that we now have to go and educate or reach out, communicate to our people, as many people as possible through the education system or whatever, as to, one, how important tourism is to the livelihoods of our people, and two, that they're part of it and they're part of the future. So it's important for them to understand that and meeting. I think those were the key points coming out of it, and that is what is going to really decide our vision, our final vision going forward.
Thank you. And we talked about sustainability and sustainable tourism a lot yesterday, didn't we? It's a big topic of conversation here. How do you feel that Antigua and Barbuda are positioned for that challenge going forward?
I think we're in a good position. I think we're we're one of the countries that has been, islands that have been leading the way in terms of renewable energy. That is something that we are very big on. Barbuda, for example, I can tell you, will be the first island in the region that will be 100% renewable. And that should come about by the end of this year or sometime next year. So that, again, is a commitment of the government, right, to show that even though that may not make a huge difference in this whole scheme of things in terms of the world, the CO2 emissions and so on, we are saying that we are prepared to lead the way, to show, because we realize how important it is to us. Right now we're facing a drought. We depend on a lot of reverse osmosis water to come into the island. So we understand the importance of it. We understand also, because of where we're positioned, that we're in the hurricane sector. And that is something that we have to be mindful of. So there are these climate change challenges that will affect us. And we have to ensure that we do whatever we can to, even if it means leading the way, setting an example as a small island developing state, the importance of us showing what climate change can do to us and what we need to do to set an example to make a difference.
Thank you. So we're here at the Royalton Hotel for Showcase Antigua and Barbuda. This is an annual event. We haven't had it for 2 years. Is that right?
2 years.
How does it feel to be back at Showcase?
It feels great.
Exciting.
It's fantastic. It's exciting.
It's a great event.
And as you can tell, Helene, from all the smiles and the feedback that you've got as you've walked through the room and the halls here, is that everybody feels the same way.
Yeah.
Antigua and Barbuda is the first showcase, a marketplace type event in the region since the pandemic. We're actually ahead of the Caribbean marketplace, which is going to take place later this year. So that fact alone has meant that we were able to attract quite a lot of interest, quite a lot of folks coming down. We have over 70 folks on island, which is the largest ever attendance with suppliers and buyers. And it's a great opportunity to reconnect, to rebuild those relationships. And as my minister said a little earlier, everybody's all zoomed out. So people really want to now sit down and have a face-to-face interaction. People build relationships, which help them in business. And I think Showcase is a classic example of putting the folks together who can make things happen. And we've been able to do that very successfully. It's the 7th edition of Showcase, and I think it has only shown the resilience of our destination to bounce back and to bounce back strong.
Yeah, and I heard lots of optimism yesterday about how well Antigua has weathered the storm of the pandemic. You reopened early, didn't you? And
we're the first in the region to reopen.
Yeah, and it's worked well for you.
Very well, yes.
Okay. Obviously, we talk to travel agents. Our subscribers are the travel trade. So, and I write a feature called The Unmissables, which is all about unmissable experiences. Could you give me, each of you, perhaps I could ask the question, what do you think, if somebody comes to Antigua and Barbuda, what is the one thing, and you're only allowed one, I'm afraid, thing you must not miss while you're here?
Well, I think Antigua has a lot of history,
yes,
apart from everything else. I mean, there are a number of things, but for me, I'm a history buff, so I may be a bit biased.
Okay, yeah.
But there are a number of forts in Antigua. Nelson's Dockyard is one of the, I think, only 2 UNESCO heritage sites in the Caribbean. So that is a must-see, a must-experience. That is what that's my...
Okay. And Mr.
For
James,
me,
what's yours?
A circumnavigation around the island where you stop at Green Island for lunch or Bird Island for lunch. That is a must. You see a completely unique perspective of Antigua and Barbuda. If you love the water, you can snorkel, you can just have a great time. And I think we're one of the few islands in the Caribbean that you can actually sail around in a single day. So it's
done that trip.
You've done that.
I did it a few years ago, but
so
I have done it.
Your smile came to your face right away. So
and it's wonderful.
It's a great experience.
It's wonderful. Well, thank you very much for your time. Do enjoy the rest of the showcase, and thank you very much for inviting me here to Antigua and Barbuda.
A pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.